The viral world and everything around you is different glands. The glands are going to be shown different in the parts of the body that are corresponding. If it is a weak part in your body, it's going to be showing that it is not having a great approval and will be sucking. Your body is compressed in different ways and the pressures are on it differently, and how the amount of energy is expended.
In Power Rangers, there's like the animal, and
There's usually a flesh,
you can get like jacked up and go like really tall.
he grows to be over 20 feet,
And that's like the size of the Transformer.
like Godzilla or King Kong. And then the Power Rangers go into their robot, and that's like how they combat him because he's that tall. When you're that like big, you could grab all the trees behind me and treat them like broccoli by holding the stems together at a range that is like the petals all around me. Like if you took each of these trees and you made the branches really close together like a bouquet that you held in, this would be like for all the particles of light to go into, because they're so easily attracted to the petals because of all the different angles that it's receiving the light at. The transmission availability is really easy for it to contract the light. Your body is a maze, and it has different routes of access for things viewing you, as like how bacteria looks at you, and it will be going in shortcuts, or it will just have more dead ends depending on how well your body is kept, healthy or unhealthy. The good or bad bacteria will look at you as a gain of access in that manner. Ball joint. This is almost like a rubber dog toy. Is how the easiest it is for you to do your motions. Your motions are then going to be dependent on the pressure release, and that's the ebb of the ease of how easy it is for the different alignments of the breathing and the heart pumping. And if it is like pinched nerves everywhere and damages, that's what's going to be harder to move. A bad bacteria is like looking at your body, what's the easiest place for it to be expelled in. It's going to be looking at the light on it, of how easy it is. If it is darker, then it's going to be harder for it to find its way. But if it's lighter, you're going to be able to see like how inviting it is. If the parts of your body that were inviting of a bad bacteria were all lit up, it would be really easy for it to go through and pass by if they were all different, accepting of light, and is introduced into that scale with all the pressures that invite it, as if it's really like pinched nerves everywhere, and if you have like blood clotting and poor blood flow, then your electric diodes are going to look like the trees smashed together even tighter, and that'll be that much easier for light to be hitting the center of all those smashings. And that design is basically the shape of what a body would be like if it had a signature, if each of those petals were the representation of your DNA, inviting like good or bad bacteria. If it was bad bacteria, it would be inviting it with all the pinched nerves and blood clotting pushed together really tight, and the light going, transmitting to the center of each of those pressed tree branches together of each of the trees would be the easily transmitted light that would be reflecting that much more of when they're all pressed together. that's how the bacteria would be looking at all the bad parts in the body that are easily recepted to the negative bacteria.